Hello and welcome. It is Asexuality and Awareness Week, so we thought we'd talk a bit about asexuality. I'm the teabag running this channel and got two lovely guests. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Which one first?
I don't care.
I don't really want to go first, actually.
You already did. Anyway, I'm the one person who is asexual in here, and I'm Nate. Nagarat is my name in the internet, but I prefer calling myself Nate. And I'm asexual and also androgynic third person personality. Hard to explain. So short noticed. But we will go to that more.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. I am the heterosexual person on here, I guess. Yeah, on the internet I'm known as Charlie Fox or Charlie Fox 93. It's easier if we just go by short Charlie. So yeah.
Cool.
Go.
Great. So yeah, let's just start. What does asexuality mean?
Asexual means sexual orientation when you aren't interested in having sex with anybody.
Okay. So
Shortly.
yeah, in a very short nutshell, I guess. So it's basically like is it like celibacy?
No, it's not celibacy. You have to. It's kind of celibacy is the choice you make about your life. It's the commitment you stay, religious or whatever reasons, or if you break up with somebody and you just don't want to have sex because you are hurt. It's also often celibacy, not asexual life choice. It's actually asexuality is something that many people don't know when they are young, but they might sense it some way. But it's okay to not have sex with anybody. Like you might sometimes feel sexual attraction. You have normal sexual other feelings. Somebody is noisy.
I'm sorry.
Other feelings, but
Yeah.
But you don't want to have sex. People or animal or objects usually go that category that you just no way, and that's it. And it's okay. Also, it's okay if it's because some cause of trauma or something. Because asexual people don't usually like discriminate how you became asexual, where it came from. They are okay that you're okay with the asexuality.
Okay.
Okay. So like you already said something about like how you find out how you're asexual.
I found out basically only when I was already 19 when I really found out. But I actually tried to be different sexuals, like very young age, because in this world, even though I'm in the cultural where it's not that bad, but sexuality is the big deal. A bit too much big deal. The point is that I didn't know what I was. I tried everything, and when I finally knew what asexuality is, I was like, "Yay! I know who I am!" And finally found myself. And after that, I haven't been looking for anymore.
Oh, would you say there's a lot of social pressure for like having sexuality at all? Like,
yeah, there is, and it's actually mostly hidden. But with your friends, when you start being in adolescence, like 14 or something, there actually also media is one big thing what influenced that. But there is that you have to kind of try dating, and there is that little bottom line that you start to talk about, like when American way to say that they talk like boys and bees and girls and whatever. Anyway, anyway, the point is that we do have sex ed since we are 5th grade, but it's good. But it doesn't tell us different sexualities. It only tells us like they start slowly telling us to be safe and stuff like that, and it's health class basically. We learn even basic health or the health stuff from those, but it's mine for, so it's not basically only sex ads, whatever ads ads pumping in my head because media is full of. But anyway, my thing is that even in here up north we get that sex cells and sex stuff, so it's kind of sticks, like underline stick is that there is the Kertan things you have to know. Here homosexuality was okay when I was young. It wasn't like everybody loved it, but it wasn't like it was hidden and we didn't know about it. That's why I could kind of try it, but it didn't feel right. That's the thing, that at least we have something to try, but we didn't know asexuality at all. So even here, it's like whatever you have sex with it.
Okay, so you should.
Okay, that's interesting.
So you'd say that, like, definitely mention asexuality in sex ed.
It's kind of like it's coming there. I know that right now, they polyamorous and polyrelationships are in if you go to nurse school.
Oh, that's awesome.
They talk about that a little bit and stuff. They don't talk about asexuality too much, but at least in mental health side, they don't discriminate if you tell you that. But many of the new people, I have to actually teach them that sexualities, that what they mean. That I said that you don't need to know everything. Point is that you know that there is asexuals, and it's often the most many mental patients. That's actually the one thing that might be the one thing they know that it's their own. It's their personality, it's their, and they might have lost everything, and my asexuality might be the one that they know they are what they are. So that's the thing that health people should learn to know, that those kind of things aren't sickness.
Yeah.
Some cases they are, but if it depends how the person who has it. If it's just because some kind of medical treatment, because that might destroy sex drive, but it's different.
Yeah. So yeah, like sex drive is different than sexual attraction, right?
Yeah. So that's the thing. That sex drive thing that might be that you are asexual after that. So, but you have to know that what that person wants, like. If he or she or they or whoever that person is okay with the asexuality, whatever reason it became to them, the medical personnel has to understand that.
Yeah.
Here it's, I know for experience that here it's actually, if you can talk about it, if you want to talk about it, but they don't put it in the health category at all. Only problem when you have to do tests where they ask about your sexuality behavior. That's really common in the test. They have to use some other measurement to to know the answer to that because as a sexual person, they usually think about that you have had sex. So
Yeah.
Okay.
and this is maybe the moment to say that there is difference between sex drive, sexuality, gender,
Yeah.
and romantic orientation. There's people don't usually know there is asexuals know a lot of stuff. Even if you aren't asexual, if you are young and want to learn about sexuality and stuff, how people kind of feel and stuff, you should go to asexual places. They are actually best medical and sex education there is in asexual places often. Of course, we have to be careful. There is rude people like everywhere, but thing is, they teach you that you might be like you. Most awful thing maybe might be to find out that you are homosexual. You want to have sex with the same gender, but gender like male or something, but you might be heteroromantic, but means that you really like opposite gender or like whatever is the opposite gender for you. So thing is that that would be awful and hard to maybe deal with, but that can happen.
Yeah.
So there is difference.
Yeah, so like sexual attraction, basically, I want to have sex with this person, and romantic attraction is more like, I want to have like a deep, romantic, loving relationship with this person.
Yeah.
So could be, could be different, basically.
Yeah, and it can be majorly different, and that's confuse heck out people because they don't know about that.
Yeah, that's true. Also, you said like touch about gender for a bit. Maybe we should just like note, because not everybody knows, that gender doesn't equal genitals. So you can, for example, have a vagina, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're a woman. That could mean like you could still be a man with a vagina, or you could be agender or some other form of gender. So yeah, that might be important to note here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we were upon like romantic relationships, could asexuals still be in a relationship?
Yes. That's the short answer. Yes. Many of them are, actually.
Yeah.
That's why you might not know. Even people who don't know they are asexual often, they just say that they don't like to have sex that much. Actually, I know many asexuals but I have known many asexuals who like actually when they are in relationship. Most important part in, even if they are with the sexual person, important part is the foreplay before sex. Like it's the moment when if they're romantic asexuals, they get the feelings and full wills and everything, and sex is kind of like the thing that they will go through because they like their partner and they want to that they feel good. So then asexuals often feel good because their partner feels good. It's kind of like romantic in a way, that they don't like the sex part, but they are willing to go through it because they just want to have that with that person, want to love that person, want to be relevant. But that's only up to them. I know many relationships also that there is no sex, and it's okay. Also, it's not bad thing. Also, I don't know. Some asexuals might be in poly relationships where is that that there are with the person who is with other person who gives the sex to him.
Yeah.
It's kind of like every relationship is people's own making. You have to have rules to respect each other's. So that shows that you care about each other's. Asexuals can be in that relationship. Actually, they are. This is bold, but I think they are pretty good at because they have learned as asexuals keep them lines clear, kind of, and talking through things because especially asexual people, there's many others too, who has to come clear and talk about it. That people understand. People they're with understand.
So, did I understand it right that you implied there's like a spectrum of different kinds of asexuality?
Yeah, there is actually in asexuality, under the asexual there is actually demisexuality and gray sexuality. Gray is that they sometimes feel sexual attraction, and demisexuality they feel sexual attraction when they have deep bound. But also there are asexuals but don't feel that they want to have sex, but they are willing to do that to get children or to have it if there are like they are with the sexual person to compensate to that person's needs. So there is asexuals can have sex. Most of them, at least, can if the relationship is like that. But most of them don't feel need to at all. That's the point, that there is no need to it in themselves. The need comes often from other people.
Okay.
So, but you also said like some asexuals may not want to have sex at all.
Yeah, I'm one of those.
Okay.
I make it clear that I don't, even if it's would be for I'm one of those that actually would be in poly relationship because I think it's unfair for me to be with sexual person and he or she or whoever I don't have preference wants to have sex, but I cannot give that. So I'm okay if there is other relationship where that person get the sex. I'm okay, whatever kind of relationship that is. I'm open for it. Of course, all the asexuals aren't. Thing is that there have, like every relationship, again, there has to be rules on that.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I see it unfair to tie up somebody. Like I see unfair to make asexual to have sex. I see unfair
No,
for
that's
somebody who
basically a
wants
rape, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But it's also, I see it's also much also hurting the sexual person if they can't have sex. Not
So
maybe
even-
as much, but still it hurts to them.
Maybe.
So even in asexual relationship, it's all about consent and rules.
Yeah. So
As
there
always.
is respect the person you are with. And learn who is that person.
Yeah.
Whatever is the thing, learn. And loving somebody is often that there is crushes, different things and those. But loving somebody is then when you learn each other together.
Yeah.
It's learning journey.
Definitely. Yeah.
I should maybe clear somewhere that I cannot talk about all asexuals. Everybody is their own person.
Well, yeah. I think that's a given.
Yeah, but I still going to say it because I know they're going to be butthurt asexuals who going to I have been in fight with them before.
So you talked about earlier that like maybe some asexuals have experienced some trauma or sexual violence. But is that all asexual? So everybody's just afraid to have sex because something happened to them, or
No, that's short answer. But thing is that there is like in every sexuality, so there is those people who has got some kind of trauma, like they have been raped or they're actually have had chemotherapy, so it's kind of trauma for the body and mine also, or some mental trauma or whatever has happened. There is those people, and it's minority, but still. And a thing with the asexuality is that they don't discriminate between those people. That if they feel they are asexual, they can join in and be asexual. Even most of them are born with asexuality. But it doesn't change the fact that even if whatever reason you are has become, I don't know how to say it right, asexual. Of course, there is one thing that if you just have bad relationships and you choose that I will live a sexual way, that's not asexuality.
yeah, that'd be celibacy, right?
Yep, more celibacy or life choice just to fuck it.
Yeah.
That fuck relation. That's the thing. But what usually asexual people don't like your way you acting like that. But most of those who just because of some sickness they might have end up being asexual, it doesn't make them any less asexual.
Okay, so it's basically just like any sexuality, like homosexual, you're just born with it, and maybe some people choose to, or like feel like they don't want to have sex because of other reasons as well.
Yeah,
so,
but there is like asexuality. It's just that even low or non-existent sex drive people might be asexual. So I don't mind.
Yeah.
Asexuals don't mind because that's also people have to understand that their sexuality is fleeting. That especially when you are young, it might change a couple of times. Don't get shocked. It's you are evolving all the time, especially brain chemistry evolves always, but especially under 25 is the. Of course, I'm not brain. I don't know enough. There is, but especially under 25 is usually about the line that you have. Still happens a lot of changes. Of course, there still happens changes after 25, but 25 is that before that you change a lot as a person, your body changes and stuff happens. So even your sexuality might change, and that's okay.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That there is people who are asexuals and find out that there are like demisexuals, but is asexual, but they feel that they want sex only with the person they have strong bond with. So that's they kind of find themselves again, or they might that their sexual awaken later or whatever happens.
Yeah.
But when you are in the you are asexual right that moment, it's accept same kind of thing that you might think that you are heterosexual, but then found out that actually you feel like you are homosexual, or
Yeah.
there is that finding process everybody has to go through. Like, find yourself.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually. I think that's often left out of the conversation, but that's a very, very important bit. Yeah, so as we were talking about, like, finding out that you're asexual, if somebody just has never been in a relationship or maybe never had sex, does that automatically make them asexual?
No.
Okay.
It's kind of like the thing that you choose yourself when you have sex, and it's kind of like the thing is, of course, before first time and after many first times, you still might feel that you aren't unsure about your sexuality, and there is different expectations with sex stuff, and of course you don't know. But if you go to a relationship, there's many reasons why you haven't had sex. Of course, one of them might be that you are asexual. If you say so that you feel like you are, tell your partner that you feel like it, you are. Of course, conversation has to go through. Always when the relationships start to get more serious, people have to talk to each other about the stuff that if you say that you haven't had sex, you aren't sure about it. You have to tell that you aren't sure about it. Even if you aren't a sexual person, that you aren't sure about, are you a sexual person? You have to say that out loud. You cannot just be other one's pleasure. Like, you have to of course you can't be 100% sure if you haven't never done things with this person. You never cannot be 100% sure about sex stuff. But you have to have that conversation that if you think about that you are asexual, bring that out. Say that you're still not sure that. But also some just choose that they don't want to have sex until they are married or certain age. But it's actually kind of wise overall to learn and wait. I know that there is needs and stuff, but learn and wait to get an age to not have sex, because thing is that younger you are, you cannot be completely sure. I don't say that if you are now 14 and you say that, hey, I'm feel like I'm gay. I don't shun that. If you feel like that, it's okay, and good that you are okay with it. But thing is that, like I said before, things change, and especially in teenage years, you might surprise how much there happens change in you, and even you might be right now sure about this and sure about that. It might still so whatever your reason you don't have sex, be proud of that reason, basically. Be, how I could say it, be honest about that reason. What is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if you can, that's always good. So what you say, like some asexuals do have sex. Are there maybe asexuals that maybe don't feel sexually attracted to anybody but still have a sex drive?
Yes, there is actually often asexuals do have sex drive. They don't have any hormonal imbalance, but is the one thing that people say that some have, and they are okay with. Often that goes to part with those who because some sickness they might have. But it's okay if they don't want to do anything with it. It's okay, and if they want to, it's their choice basically what they do with their body. But most of all, they have sex drive. Often is everybody's personal thing, and it's healthy thing that everyone basically naturally usually have, and many asexuals masturbate, but they just don't feel connected to people and stuff. So like they do like body sexual stuff. In my case, it's actually because it's release tension. Because if you have natural sex drive things, it actually might keep you healthier. This go to health class stuff. That it might keep you healthier if you like release yourself.
That's true.
Sorry, religious people, but that's actually really true. Also, if you have problem with sleeping, you should try it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Try masturbate, because it's actually might be because of you have too much tension, chemical tension in your body.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. It's really, really healthy. So, basically, sex drive. I think I'm not sure if we covered this. So, sex drive is basically just I want something or somebody to touch my genitals, and sexual attraction is more about I want this specific person to touch my genitals.
Yeah, basically.
So that's basically different.
Or basically some don't even specify with the person, they just want to have sex.
Yeah.
Like that guy or girl or person is blonde. I like blondes a lot. I feel that I need to have sex. I want to have sex.
Yeah.
There is also, and that's also okay, because sexual friendship, people usually think that when there is sex, there has to be romantic attachment into it. But that's also okay to actually have sex friends, basically. Like, it's also a healthy thing to do. Humans often aren't, this is personal choice again, but humans often aren't that much mono people, like mono meaning that you always be with one person. Like relationships are always different, and of course you cannot be always with the one person if that one person doesn't work out.
That's true.
So that's already makes the rule that you always with one person kind of breaks it, because
Yeah, I actually think there was some statistics that nearly half of all people cheat. So so much about that.
Yeah. That's why I always say that be open about the things in relationships, like you have to talk with the person you care about. Whatever it is, and deal with it. If you guys can deal with it, that's just everybody has growing up to do, and some cannot do it, and some it takes time, and we have to learn. If you are ready to have in relationship, you have to make that work to talk about that with that person you are with, because you aren't with that person if you don't talk. That deep stuff.
No. But then again, isn't that like more of a fault of like social standards, that fitting in is more valued than like being honest to your partner?
Yeah, there's that. It's actually awful. There's a lot of that. Social standards I hate them. But there is those, and I know there is, to me, especially, I can say no, I hate to say it, but I'm born as female, and before even I dated, people, strangers ask me that when I have children. Like, there is those standards that I like to say I have my personal reasons why don't I have children, but I sometimes if they don't shut up, I just say that. But if I cannot have children, because they are rude.
Yeah.
Some point with the everything else that there is that people don't get it that they are rude. In one mental health nurse once asked me when she interviewed what was interviewed with me that do you have boyfriend? I was like, why it has to be a boy? And she was like, I'm sorry. Next time, she still remembered that mistake what she made, and she understand it. That's the point. That when those people who don't get that they are rude about that those standards, you have to wake them up. Even if they attack you, they because they get so shocked about that their values get mixed up, they might even attack you. But you have to do the waking up. Asexual Awareness Week is the good point that it's not about that we are in pride thing or anything. We want to teach people that maybe everything what they have learned aren't true. Maybe there is things that they haven't learned her about, and that's the point that wake up people. To realize that they living in certain standards what they maybe don't even know that they are living in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Of course, there are some people that know that they're living in those standards and they force them onto other people's throat, but that's different deal.
Yeah. So we kind of touched upon this earlier, maybe whether is there a difference between sexual attraction, so like thinking that a person is hot, and actually wanting to have sex with them? So like
there is difference. You might there is like certain body types you might kind of like. And you might have kind of sexual spark, but you might don't want to have sex with that body. Kind of like if you like athletic, it's called I think athletic tension or athletic. Like you like a certain body type, and you might feel like you might even use it as a fantasy. While you masturbate, but that might be different from reality. That when you really want to have sex with somebody, it's the different story completely, because that's like it's really. This is the part that is really hard to explain. That I actually really feel sexual attention, but there is certain body type I rarely see. What I have felt like the spark, hard body reacts like to that when I see that body type and in live, but I never wanted to have sex with that person. It's just that it's wakes up some feelings from me, same kind like body feelings from me, but the thing is that there is difference between kind of I would call romantic chemicals and bodily chemicals. So it's kind of like it's hard to sometimes realize which is which. But personally, I have noticed it, and there is those little moments for me even. That I feel like sexual tension, but I don't want to have sex with them. That sexual wanting to have sex with the certain person is always different thing.
Yeah, it might also just be like a matter of can you trust this person in this situation? Maybe
I could explain it like this: that this is like really like specific explanation. Don't get angry about this. This is like in those Playboy magazines, guys like to those big boobs. But in reality, there might be that they like it really much, but the girl they are with maybe don't have those, but they still love and want to have sex with that person, not with those fake boobs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like physically, they might, of course, fantasies are different things, but
Yeah,
point being that you can have sexual tension. Also, jealous people, there always is sexual tension with some people, between some people, for often no bad reasons, like they want to have relatives with those people. Not usually don't, but that makes it more. It's kind of like you when you say that you cannot do that at all. Like you cannot watch at all, or you cannot do that at all. You kind of like strict the person so bad that they want to break the rule. People have this, they want to break the rule thing, and then they do that stupid stuff and often realize that it was stupid, it was just fantasy and sexual tension. This was different sexual tension. I didn't want to do it, but fuck up.
yeah, yeah.
It's hard. This is hard to explain. This is really the thing, but is really hard to realize in any relationship that there is always some different forms, even sexual tensions.
Yeah, definitely. Like there's a real difference between like sexual fantasies and something you would actually want.
Yeah,
that's a real big difference.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, with asexual relationships, do you think like the intelligent or more like the emotional attraction is more important than sexual attraction, or?
I think the emotional attraction is usually the more important. Even whatever asexuality you are, the emotional attraction and conversation with those emotions with the other people, the partner or many partners. There is that. That's the thing. The emotional conversation. Whatever way you go through it is the most important. Of course, there is intellectual part also that I have a lot of. I get really interested personally with people who are a bit weird or they have different way to look at things, and they are actually wise about. There are some certain things, and they. I get really interested, but it's kind of like, to me, it's not sexual, but there is people who get actually romantic feelings to people who are really intellectual.
Yeah, I mean there is such a thing as intellectual attraction, just like there is sensual attraction or visual attraction. So. Just like romantic attraction is basically you want to be in a romantic relationship with somebody. Is like, for example, visual attraction is you just like how the people look without necessarily wanting anything more from them.
How that would be explained like this, that when you guys, if there is sex happening in the bed, that and person wants to put lights off, it doesn't mean that you are ugly or something, but there might have touching. Touching is the more the thing what gets them going, or some people like to look into eyes and just look and look and look, and they get that's get them going. It's kind of like there is different types of things.
Yeah.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, and it's also, I'd say it's also important to say that, like, if you're aromantic, for example, so you don't experience romantic attraction, that doesn't make you any worse or better or whatever than anybody else.
Yep.
Which I think, you know, some people may think it's, oh, but like love is so important. It's like, no, if you don't have that, that's okay too.
And those people usually have often, they do get interest in people, and they often have intellectual like attractions is the most common of their. This is I have to say that I cannot say specifically about every asexual person what kind of personal persons they are. So I have to say this because before anyone say I'm not asexual like that. I'm sorry about that. I cannot know every asexual person because there's so many that I cannot know them.
Yeah.
There are actually so many, and many don't even know they are asexual because nobody talks about that. So there is so many of them that I cannot just. I say what I know. I say what has happened to me. Everybody is different. We have to, but that's the part what I have said. This whole thing that have the conversation with the person you are with to know who is that person.
Yeah. So basically, like, asexual people are, you know, all different, just like everybody else. And
It's just basically they just don't want to have sex with somebody.
Yeah. So do you want to say something?
No.
Sorry. Okay. You talked earlier about asexual groups where you can get like education or so. Can you talk a bit more about those asexual groups, or maybe?
There is some in Facebook you can find, of course, but there is Aven is one that you are one you can find.
We will link that in the description. Yes.
Yeah, and there is usually internet is the best place because if you openly go, like what happened to me, that if you openly go and say to you are asexual, and this place is actually, I said that this is kind of open place, that homosexuality isn't that big a deal. But when I realized that I'm asexual, I was open about it. I didn't realize that I was supposed to be in the closet. So that was the only moment when atheistic, religious people, gay people, heterosexual people came together and tried to show at me into some closet and say that asexuality isn't true. And that's the thing, that be careful when you. It was shock for me because I'm honest and open person, and I didn't think that not having sex offends so many people. But the point is that be careful when you go in public with your and look for information in public because there might be surprisingly strong attack on you. So in a way, internet overall is good place, but also you have to keep in mind, especially those Facebook groups, there is bias people in it, even keeping them. There and there are going to be elitists who say that asexuals are the best. That's not there is always some of those, and in every group. Also, there are going to be definitely that those who keep those group might have some bias thing, like veganism or something that they got to force into you or something. You have to be careful about that you have to keep open mind that everybody is their own person, and you can find the people who you can talk with in those places, but be careful what kind of person you might turn into if you don't notice those people who are kind of strong points in certain things. It's kind of like you get a lot of information in those groups, and also young people, if you don't know what your sexuality, those places are good for education, to learn about sex and stuff, because asexuals aren't. There is a big group of asexuals who aren't ashamed of that, and of course there is those group and parts of asexuality who actually are sex repulsive, and you have to remember that it's not the same thing as asexuality. You can be a sex repulsive also, and it's your own. If you feel like that, it's okay. But also you have to learn that some are really strong. There are strongly against sex overall, or genitals or something, that you have to don't get scared that it's the asexuality. It's not the asexuality. Some that just are, and some that aren't at all. They can openly talk about. If you need to ask about those kind of stuff, they can openly. But also you have point is that be careful about the groups that who you talk with, because they are their own person.
Yeah. Just like everywhere else, really.
Yeah, and stuff. There is different people a lot, and it's hard if you get stuck with some strong person, you might understand things wrongly, and be open. But not too open, basically. Be honest, but don't get surprised when you think that person, like if you have sister you really like and you are open about that thing about, and you guys are always close, and you tell your sister or brother that who you are close with that you are asexual, that they might actually get really angry about it, or deny it completely or something like that. That might come surprise to some people. To me, it personally came to a surprise that people who I really have close those rare people I have close bond with didn't accept it at all. So, but I still say, be open who you are. But point being that be ready for surprisingly a lot of shit coming to your way.
Yep.
Yeah. So you already mentioned that asexuals get a lot of shit, just like gays, for example. So would you say that asexuals are part of the rainbow family?
Personally, I would say no. This is actually what makes people angry now, probably. Thing is that I would like to think to be though, but usually when there is that line of the letters on the what comes from the rainbow family,
LGBTQ.
There is the A.
Yeah.
It's actually usually Eli, like person who's with you, and not the asexual. And that's the thing, that many rainbow families actually are one of those who join with all the others that asexuality isn't true.
So would you like to be like asexuality to be part of the rainbow community?
There is personally thing is that asexual people like to educate more than have some kind of pride stuff. Okay, I cannot say all people about that, but there is a certain thing that asexual people like to actually educate people and not fight. They usually are.
All other queer people always want to fight.
No, I don't mean that. The point is that often what happens is that's why asexual isn't known in the rainbow family often, because there is the fight to get there. kind of like you, even in Rainbow Family, you have to many places to get in there to show that asexuality is the true thing. And it's kind of same fight to against all the others. So it's kind of like really split thing. There is some places but are more open about it. Some Rainbow Families but are more open about that. But same times there is so much hate in Rainbow Families, so much that it sometimes it's even more than what you get from heterosexual people. It's kind of like, I don't know, that one thing what especially gays say is the nobody have beaten you from when you come from the gay bar. And I think Skevi, who is a sexual person in YouTube, said that, well, we don't have asexual bars to come out from. So we don't have that kind of bars. You guys have gay bars, even if you get beaten outside, what is bad thing. But we don't even have that. Nobody gives us that. There is no asexual bars everywhere. There is nothing like that. So we don't know, do we get beaten up if we go to the bar and come out it? We don't, probably yes. Probably gays are with there to beat us. That's rude to say, but seriously. Because thing is that it's kind of like asexuality is okay. Many asexual people don't want to make too much noise. That's acceptable. But same thing that asexuality is forced to be hidden so well, forced to be out. And all means, I don't mean every person, every Rainbow Family does that, but there is. I noticed when there is certain people who just and it's always been a fight. There is that one but fights for, I don't know the trademark anymore. What was for they made stuff out of like Rainbow Family and stuff, and they were they sell at rainbow stuff, but it was actually trademark only because when we tried to talk about pansexuality or asexuality, they sun us out. They just, hey, there is no something like that. It was like real fight. You can still find some remnants from the internet about that. That those people actually just made money from them. The rainbow community without knowing all the sides of it.
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
Yeah, and it was major fight, and still because they are in basically kind of like gay side, even though they were just making out of money, so they can shun all the other sexual things away. So it was big deal, and bring, at least to asexual people, it seemed to have bring out that actually we aren't sure, do we belong in Rainbow Family.
So it's more about you just don't feel comfortable there because you still get so much hate in there.
Yeah, it's at least, but I still say it depends on the people and depends on family, because there are different groups and different. I don't say that all are like that. Like, we have to remember all heterosexuals aren't against you. The thing is that there is often happens when you get hurt enough or you are different, you lost the middle way and think everybody is against you. But thing is that they aren't. But thing is, there is big parts what are, even from the places you thought there wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Is there
Good
more?
points. Good points.
I'm going to be honest. Since I didn't really know a lot of stuff about asexuality, I'm like a bit overwhelmed right now. It's
I
really
know. That's the point was that you kind of are here. What are most the point is that if you have something you are really overwhelmed, you can ask more questions about it, and it's hard to understand. I also to me it was a journey to understand the other sexualities, kind of like it wasn't easy. It's
Mm.
it's a thing that most of the thing like what medical, especially medical professors have to learn, but also other people accept it. Even if you don't know everything, accept it. And I'm okay with making mistakes, but even though many might get angry about it, but accept it's real.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good point, really. Yeah.
Most asexuals just look for somebody saying that you are real and not saying that you aren't real. Most people say that it's not real.
Yeah,
It,
that's true.
and then becomes the sickness, looking for sigma, what comes after with the gays also. But usually just they bluntly say you aren't real and that's it, nothing else. Not even the sickness that you are sick or anything, because at least that is the moment they pay some attention. But most of the asexuals don't get recognition at all.
Mm.
I often say that if I would like to be hated, because at least that some kind of response than nothing at all. Like I mean, like that you've been forgotten completely and nobody listens at all. I would like to be more hated than than nobody believes in you.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't think we have any more questions now. Or do you, maybe?
No, as said, I'm totally overwhelmed. I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so if people have more questions after this, where could they learn more? Do you like have any place in the internet or anything
Actually,
you could?
we're going to link probably that video, but uh, basic
We're
start would
gonna
be the
link everything.
Hank Green video about sexuality and other things going around it is pretty good one. It's actually what Stephen Fry even liked
Oh.
and stuff. So it's really good, and that should be the video that is shown in sex ed classes or whatever kind of we have health classes. So whatever kind of classes you have in your place, if you have chance, I would hope that you shown for example the Hank Green video if you have some kind of chance to do so, or that's thing what often left out in sex ed, that what is sexuality, what is romantic relationship, that's the part. And also of course what is strange to me to say, but go and ask your health teachers, go and ask, make them look for information you need, like make them aware even if they don't know. Try to ask them and make them of course some of them might say that that's not true and so on. I know that happens, but that's the thing, if you have courage to go and ask, do it, because then awareness happens, because they have to look for it, they have to know about it, they have to more people, even if you aren't probably, just go, try to ask, be curious about, and also if you like to see people's reactions, if you are that kind of person to poke in the ant nest or something, don't disturb the ants, but disturb the people about how they think, open their world a little bit. Internet, you just look, Google is the friend. There is a lot of asexual, those like asexual places to go to. They aren't making too much noise, but they still are good place to educate yourself and ask people in those places and so on. For now, there is no good asexual dating place or anything like that in the internet. There is some, but I have to say there isn't. But even some those dating websites, if you put on that you are asexual, of course you're going to get hate. But if you put out that you are and you are looking for friends, if you put out you aren't asexual but you are curious about it, don't try to change them. I said curious about it. You can put openly like add that you want to talk with them or want friends with them or like you want to, if you want to know more, be open about it that you want to know more.
Yeah.
That's the way. Just open your cake hole and ask for cake, because asexuals like to give cake to people. And it's only, asexuality is only cake, but isn't a lie.
Aww.
That meme though.
Sorry.
It's alright.
It's kind of inside. They ask
Kind
you
of.
to have cake with them, and it's kind of basically that when you have conversation with them. Of course, in internet, having a cake if you live other side of the world, it's kind of hard, but basically that's the deal.
Cool.
Like moment to have tea and talk about stuff.
So where's my cake?
You have to ask Carola about that because she's better.
I don't have an oven. Sorry.
Yet you reign in terror, questioning everything about confectionery stuff.
What?
I can try to send you some cake from here. Yeah, I can send you mood cakes. Like I mean chocolate cakes. What are?
I think they might be horrible once they arrive here because like it takes mail services forever.
I can take the ones that are so full of all those things that make them forever alive.
Yummy.
Yeah. But anyway, actually try cake. If it's packet right, it can come there. I bet.
That's true.
I can try. Anyway, was this our...
Yeah, I think it was. I don't think we got anything more, but if you, lovely listeners, have any more questions or things you think we forgot, you can leave it in the comments and we will be there and keep the conversation going with you.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
See ya.
Okay, bye.
See ya. Bye bye. I'm waving, but I don't know why.